Is 2012 becoming the year that we're going to get a found footage movie every month? We had one in January, we had Chronicle in February, and now we have Project X, the outrageous and over-the-top action Jackson, this party that goes out of control, and it's all big and hyped up. I mean, the previews, I remember going to the movies and seeing the preview every stinking time I saw a film. And it was hyped up saying, we've shown this to audiences, and audiences went crazy. It's time for the Hangover of 2012, or Superbad meets Hangover. Of course, this comes from the director, Todd Phillips, who produced this film along with Joel Silver, who's produced such big budgets as The Matrix and Lethal Weapon. Now they've combined their forces to try and make the ultimate outrageous teenager sex comedy, but now do it with a camera and try and tell a story with the found footage. One problem I have with found footage movies, and I like a lot of those kind of films, sometimes when it feels staged, it kind of takes me out of it. It doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, they just captured a moment. Something you might see on YouTube, like, oh my gosh, that person fell out of a tree. That was unexpected. And they do really well most of the time when it comes to all those moments of them capturing that moment, like the camera just moves over and suddenly, oh my gosh, a plane just crashed, or aliens came out of the sky, or a man's flying. It was done so well with Chronicle. I had a lot of hopes for this movie. I bought into that whole hype. I loved seeing the trailer. It was a really fun trailer to watch. What I really enjoyed about that trailer was the use of this song. I don't know exactly what the name of the song is called or who wrote it. I've looked it up on YouTube, and yes, it's there, I've seen it, but I can't remember exactly right now what it's called. I love electronica, I love dancing, I love to dance to a lot of kind of music. So I remember watching that trailer and being just utterly transfixed on the situation, going like, this might be something fun. You know, and a situation that I don't think I'd ever want to be in, especially as a teenager. Now as an adult, I want to go to the movies, have an experience, and, you know, hopefully walk away thinking about it. In the case of Project X, it started off kind of slow. We're getting to know these kids. They're goofy kids, so they're supposed to remind us of all those fat, goofy kids, especially since they're trying to hype this as the next Superbad. So they got some fat kids, they got some skinny nerd kids, and the camera's conveniently put in places so we can get the story. My major complaint about that is that it felt like the camera had to be there. Didn't really catch it. It just was, oh, I remember, oh, we gotta hurry up and get over here. We gotta hurry up and get over here and film this scene because the parents are gonna have this really important discussion about the kid and how he's a loser and blah blah blah. So it didn't feel real, what I was watching. It felt a lot of setup. I had the opportunity to see this with a few friends, but in a theater of a lot of kids. Probably tried to sneak in or grab some sort of adult that wasn't their parent to get them to see this movie because maybe it was going to be the American Graffiti of their generation. They seem to have a really good time. I don't know what kind of message they're trying to show to these kids, because the kids in this movie and the kids at the party do awful, awful things when it comes to partying. Now, if that's what's happening right now, then that's what's happening. But who really knows? I mean, I know it's a movie and they got to hype up the action and hype it all up to get it, to make it exciting. There's a few things I did like about this movie. There are these two characters that play, there's these kids that play security guards, and they have some of the best situations, some of the best lines in the film. I would have rather just, let's shoot their perspective of the whole party. Also, something else that happens involves a little person. He's played by an actor, first name is Marty. You've seen him before in a lot of other things. He's been in Pirates. He's also known for doing some of his own stunts. And I believe he's in the new Snow White Mirror Mirror movie. So he has a small part as this little person that gets stuck in an oven, and when he comes out of the oven, he's swinging, and it's hilarious. I don't want to ruin that little moment because it might have been the best part of the film. So I really, really, really wanted to like this film. I was laughing a few times here and there. There were moments that I rolled my eyes. The ending was, yeah, over the top and a little exciting, but by then I didn't really care. This movie probably would have been better if it was condensed down to a couple shorts on Funny or Die. This probably would have been better if it was a short film, about 30 minutes. Maybe in April, since we're getting a lot of found footage movies, we'll get something just a little bit better than this. It's not terrible. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm going to give Project X 2 stars.